everyone, so today's video, as you'll see by the title, is about the curly girl method. And just a little bit of a kind of disclaimer before, I'm not going to talk about kind of what the method exactly is, and I'm not going to kind of show you how I use it, but it's something that's been so highly requested of me to talk about, and I don't think I've ever kind of addressed it fully in a video. So I wanted to just kind of explain to you my thoughts on it. And for those of you who don't know what it is, a quick kind of search on Google will give you the full lowdown, but it's basically a method for curly hair that's usually suggested if you have curly hair that is on the drier side of things, which I'll get to in a minute, but where you tend to avoid products with sulfates in. There's kind of different variations on the curly girl method that I've seen online and that I've read about, but avoiding sulfates is one of the key things. So any kind of shampoos and conditioners with sulfates in them. And another thing that a lot of people tend to do is to co-wash, so washing with conditioner only, avoiding shampoo, because that tends to kind of create a bit of frizz. And it's kind of one of those methods that there's kind of a lot of trial and error. A lot of people kind of recommend using a t-shirt to dry your hair with rather than a towel. And if you kind of, I'll put a link down below to kind of the most in-depth explanation I found. I want to say it was like on Wikipedia or somewhere. But anyway, I'll put a link for that down below. But so many of you have asked me to make a video about it and what my thoughts on it are and have I ever tried it. And I tried it a few years back and it's not for me for a few reasons. First of all, as I said, I think it's targeted very much at drier curly hair, and my hair is not dry at all. I don't mean that sounds like in a really kind of big-headed way, doesn't it? Well, I have really healthy hair, but it is healthy hair, and I'm just lucky. I don't, take care of my hair that much better than the average person, I don't think. But it's just healthy hair, and I think one of the main things with me is that I haven't dyed it for a very long time, and that really helps it to kind of stay healthy. Whereas when I used to have highlights and I used to kind of put bleach on my hair, it was very much dry and I had a lot of kind of breakage and that kind of thing. But that went away pretty soon for me, because my hair isn't like that. And the things that I struggle with my hair is, I do have a bit of frizz in my hair. I went to bed with my hair wet last night, so that's why it kind of looks a bit mushed, but I got home really late and I was just too tired to start drying it with a diffuser, because that takes a good half an hour, 40 minutes. So that's one of the main reasons it didn't work for me, because I felt like I needed the shampoo. Now I'm aware that that's probably a little bit of a kind of learning curve, and that people always kind of struggle with that in the beginning, and then you kind of get used to it, your hair gets used to it, your scalp gets used to it. I know that that's probably the case, but I just couldn't really get past that. I missed shampoo, I missed kind of my hair feeling clean. That didn't really work for me with the conditioner, and as I said, because my hair isn't dry, it just needed a bit more. Even when I was using like a really light conditioner, my hair just needed a little bit more something to feel clean. So that's one of the reasons why it didn't work for me. The other thing was the whole kind of sulfates thing. They even recommend that you use kind of hair products that don't have any sulfates in and that kind of thing, and that just wasn't for me. It was just a little bit too kind of complicated and not really what I'm about. I love trying new products and I'm always trying things out, so that didn't really kind of fit with what I wanted to do. But when it comes to kind of the whole idea of the method, I do think that it works for certain hair types. And you'll have to let me know in the comments down below if you've got a similar hair to me and if that worked for you. But I genuinely think that it is more of a method suited to kind of drier curly hair. And if you do have dry curly hair, after this I might film a video kind of talking about dry curly hair, because a lot of you have been requesting that, and kind of someone asked on Instagram if I could, so I'm going to do that. But like I said, I did have dry hair at one point, and that was when I tried the kind of curly girl method, and I just didn't really feel like it did much for me. Maybe I didn't persevere for long enough, I'm not sure, but it just didn't really work for me. but your opinions on the curly girl method would be greatly appreciated. I know this probably isn't the video that a lot of you were looking for, because like I said, it's not, I can't kind of come on here and show you, well, I follow the method and here are my results type of thing, because it's not for me. But it is something that I think is really worth looking into if you've never tried it before, and for different hair types I think it does really work. I think if you've got kind of very curly hair as well, then that would work nicely. My hair nowadays I think has changed quite a lot as well. I think living in a very dry, warmer climate was actually better for my hair, because here the water is much softer, I feel, and it's kind of not very dry in the air, and it's just made my hair very soft. So it's very healthy and very soft, but the softness of my hair kind of doesn't contribute for the curls. I feel like curls actually look a little bit better when there's a little bit of dryness in there. They get more volume and they just get a bit bouncier and nicer. So I think that's one of the kind of contributing factors as well for why my hair now just is quite kind of, it's normal hair, you know, it's not greasy, but it's not dry either. But I would love to know down below all your comments on the curly girl method, if you found different variations of the method that work for you, or just general kind of routines and things that you find work really well for you. My main concern is that I want to get my hair bigger. I want it, if I'm wearing it curly, I want it to be really big and voluminous and curly, and I struggle to get it like that. I know a lot of it's down to the cut because my hair is quite long, but it's not thick hair, which I think a lot of people kind of always say to me, oh, you've got such thick hair. It isn't thick hair at all, it's just normal hair, but there's a lot of it. It's not kind of the actual, if you hold my hair in a ponytail, it isn't thick at all. So yeah, I am going to love you and leave you now. Quick kind of little rundown, makeup wise and everything. On my nails, I'm wearing Essie's Surfer, is it Surfer Porter, I think? Really like it, but it's chipped here. And my lipstick is the Revlon Matte Balm in Unapologetic, which I love. I think it's such an unusual colour. So yeah, that's what I'm wearing, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!